to protect my WAP. I had to run from my WAP.
Sometimes it's hard to face reality. Oh, oh.
Hi guys, it's your girl Nikki. Today I want to tell you a story time. I want you guys to pick up my hair. I just pressed my hair. I pressed my hair. And today I will tell you a story time of the time day someone broke in my home. So yeah, it happened recently. But now that I gathered everything together, I'm gonna just tell you the story and gonna have a laugh. So I looked through the window and I saw that my back door was open. So how do I begin? Okay, so when I came here, I realized a lot of stuff. I realized that for the first few nights when I came here, I couldn't sleep. Like I couldn't sleep. I couldn't, you know, like when you're not used to a different environment and stuff like that, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. Like I was looking back and forth. Come here, say, you know, I'm alone there, you know. I couldn't eat. Like I was skipping from classes. And a lot of stuff was wrong with this place, like the Wi-Fi wasn't working. I wouldn't say Wi-Fi. I would say that signal, like signal wasn't in the place. So the people who sold the place were like busy trying to get everything sorted out. So a lot of when I came here, to be honest, because I had no idea that I was going to go moving. Like my mom didn't tell me anything. Is that I had class one day, like I started class. It was like the second day of when school starts. I had class and I just saw my mom came and said, "Nikki, you move," and I was like, "What?" I was like, "What?" Before I could actually like say something, my stuff were moving out of the place. My whatever, all the stuff were moving out of the place. When I first came down here, the place was literally empty. I only had my bed and I only had my dresser and stuff like that. So the place was literally empty. So it took us some time to fill it up. We're trying to rearrange and stuff like that. A few nights I slept here, like for a month, over a month I slept here. I couldn't sleep, like I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat because like the environment was so different. Like you would be hearing stuff falling, like cause the stuff, like the place, like it's surrounded by a lot of trees and ground, whatever, I don't know what they call it. But I'm telling you, hearing those fruits drop on the ground and like every day, it's like I couldn't concentrate. Like I couldn't concentrate. Like you'll be hearing banging, and because I'm not used to my roof being like this, I'm not used to this type of roof, so it was really weird to hear all of those noise coming in. It was driving me insane. I cried for days. I skipped classes because I was like, it was a lot of emotions going through, you know, missing home, missing my parents, you know, like it was a lot of emotions going through. I couldn't handle the emotions, like, and you know, a lot of things happened in this year, so it was a lot for me to digest. It took me, to be honest with you, I ran out of the house a couple times. People come to, like, when the water commissioner and the people who string up the lights, and then people come to the house. Trust me, when they knock at my home, I stayed inside. Like I didn't want to come up because I was in a place where I knew no one. Completely different block. I knew no one. I didn't know my neighbors, and one of my neighbors, a guy, he come over here to, and I was going insane, people. Like there were days, like, to be honest with you, because when I came here, literally no signal was in the house. Like literally, you could, like, if you should make a call, you couldn't make a call at all. Like, you can't make a call in his house. You have to go outside to make a call. It was a lot. After a while, keep in mind that, like, my mama just brought me down here and stuff. She came and visit. She would come and, you know, check up on me sometime. But there were times where I was like, I never knew where I lived, and my parents wanted to bring me around the place and stuff. However, the problem is this, that I have school, so they moved me in the middle of everything. I don't think that they were thinking straight, or maybe they had to do it quickly or something. I don't know what was going on, but I moved, so I didn't know where I live. I didn't know where I live at all. Like, I knew the block name, but I just didn't know where I live. So if I should come out, I wouldn't know where I live. This connects some. This seemed like, you ever watch some movie when you're in the middle of nowhere? Yeah.
Starring Courage, the cowardly dog, abandoned as a pup. He was found by Muriel.
So, long story short, after a while, after months, cause you know, like, it's a stressful thing. Like, when you move to a new community that has a lot of noise, and you know, cause yeah, all those stuff and those trees and stuff there, after a while you get used to it, so you don't hear it no more. So if somebody should come here and sleep, if they're used to this, if they're used to these things, they would not hear it anymore. Back at my old place, where my mom and my parents, they normally say that the place is quiet and the only thing they hear is the road, the thing on the street. So when I came here, nobody heard this stuff there. Like, no, people were saying, like, not people, but people seem normal. But I was freaking out because I'm hearing the stuff dropping, the fruits dropping off the tree. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to that. Maybe because the grounds were further from my home, but they were all up surrounding my home. So I was freaking out, guys. I had problems finding the Wi-Fi hotspot. Keep in mind that the place wasn't really stuff as yet. Nothing was really done as yet. Like, yes, the house is good and everything, but however, to get the signals and everything rolling and stuff like that, and the water and everything, guys, I literally had to be catching water out of the tank. I had to take me catching water out of the tank to bed. To how bad it was, that the tank is zinc and everything. However, I'm really scared. So I had to use what I learned as a child and use one hose, push it down my tank and make the hose suck up the water and put it in my bucket because me need for beard. It was a mess. My lecturers were pressuring me like crazy. Like, why can't you leave me alone? I didn't know I was gonna live here. I didn't know. It was a lot going on. But I'm okay. So here's the story, because after I got over all of the anxiety and scariness, I decided to just talk about the story, because now I'm looking back at it and laugh. So yes, someone broke in my house. So after a while, I got used to all the sounds in the surroundings. So you know that threshold thing in psychology, let's say that you're in an environment that you're used to. Alright, let's say that you're in a crowd. However, if somebody screams differently, everybody's gonna look around. Let's say that you're in a class, everybody's talking. If there's a sudden quiet, everybody's gonna look up, because yeah, that's the threshold. So after getting used to the threshold, after getting used to all the stuff, I could now identify a threshold. So I could identify when there's something different going on in my environment. I remember I remember being at home. I tried to log on to class, because keep in mind that the place is getting documented through, and the stuff are coming in, and there's something there. I was not able to pick up where the hotspots Wi-Fi is, which after a while everywhere will have Wi-Fi, but I was able to pick up where had good signal and where had bad signal, where I can catch up, make a ears and make a call, you know, make a street life there. I was in my room and I was attending class. I mean, just a log on and everything. And then I heard like somebody downstairs talking to someone. Like, you know, two people having a conversation. So I was like, what the hell? So knowing me, I didn't know what was going on. So like my house is in a way that you have to look through the window. You can look through the window and see something. You can see around the corner. You can see where back door. Yeah, you can't do that. So I looked through the window and I saw that my back door was open. So, you know, like some little white people, you know, they would get up and say, hello.
Who's there? Yes?
You know what I mean? But I didn't do that. As I looked through the window and I saw that my back door was open, I dashed through the door. When I looked through the window and I saw that my back door was open, downstairs, I didn't pick up anything, I didn't grab anything. I just dashed to the front door. And to be honest with you, I was really hesitant, you know, but I was saying that I didn't want, first of all, I had no intention of going to find out who is down there, because me, you know, Nikishari cannot fight, you know. So I had no intention to go down there and look at who downstairs, no, not me. I actually, to be honest, I looked at my front door to see if there was any car there, because I know, say, if people come for thief something, they might probably come one car, you know. Okay, can't run on foot, so we know, yeah, then we're there. And plus, nothing is here, like nothing is here, nothing vulnerable is here, nothing, because you know everything has come, nothing vulnerable is here, because me kind of live, to be honest with you, I live, like, a lot of person feel that I'm hype, but no, I live like simple, I live really simple, like just somebody company and I'm good. That's just me, I live simple. However, I do like to flashy and stuff, but when you come to my home, you realize that it's really simple, nothing high, no gadget, no expensive stuff, literally what I need, and that's all. I only have what I need, and just all, and probably something that will make me comfortable. I don't have any of those fancy stuff that people think I have now. I'm a really simple person, and I'm a really nice person too. However, I do have moments where, yeah, so yeah, when people are coming to rob a home, they usually have a car somewhere parked up. So there was no car at my gate, and I know you probably say, oh, maybe the car was parked few blocks away from gate. However, they have to time the quickness of how they should leave. So normally they will have to park the car somewhere, and I looked, trust me, I looked, and I know my surroundings now, I know everything, I know every crooks and crannies. So I was saying that I know when my gate is open, so we're gonna have to fix that issue too, but I know when somebody opened my gate, so I didn't ever hear the little squirt, I never heard that. And my gate is a gateway, you know, it's like when you open it, it's like you make a big loud squeak. Yeah, that's the gate. So I knew that the person probably came from the backyard, and anybody who came from the backyard is probably somebody who's used to the place already, so they know every crooks and crannies. So I was saying that nobody's gonna come to run a house, rob a house like that bare hand. Nobody's gonna come and rob a house like that bare hand unless you're actually coming for someone. And I was saying, usually they probably just come for my WAP. So I don't know what was going on. So I was saying that I'm not, to be honest with you guys, I didn't really sit down and think like this. Like, I didn't sit down and examine anything. I'm a person that I process information quickly. That's just me. I process information quickly. Hence the reason I talk quickly. So the way I talk is the way I think, like my brain process information like that, and the way how I read is the same way I talk. So I process information quickly. That's just me. So when I realized that there was no car parked at my front, I kind of just dashed to my front door. And to be honest, I never had time to examine nothing. But just seriously, somebody there back of my house, my back door downstairs, made us dash to the front door. And then I went on the road, and to be honest with you, I was really scared because I said, I don't want to go to, I'm saying I don't want to go to anyone and they be like they're linking to that thing. So I don't know, I was desperate and I left my phone in the house because keep in mind that I didn't have time to think. And a lot of people would say, why didn't you go and defend yourself? Why should I defend myself? And then the person, if I do win, the person would retaliate and come back again. That's how people are. So I didn't try to defend nothing. And plus I know that if they didn't come to rob the house, which I'm sure they probably came for the WAP. Because keep in mind that I talk in the house and I talk loud. And I was going through a series of emotions and stuff. So I don't know what was going on. Me dashed to the door. I went through the door. I went through my gate. Me unbuckle my gate. Me gone on this road. And I saw a house and I started shouting. Not really shouting. I said, hello. And I said, can you call my parents to see if any of them came home or something? And they were saying that, the persons were saying, oh, your parents, I didn't see them pass. I never saw them pass. They never pass. So you look at the person, them know me. Because knowing my parents will put me somewhere where people know me. Like, my parents not gonna just leave me so. Like, my parents, everywhere I go, they make sure that, watched, secured, and protected. So sometimes, like, I remember even when I was on the street as a little girl, you know, a lot of people thought, when I was a little girl and being in local community, yeah, a lot of people thought that they could do stuff to me and get away with it. And I thought that too, but when I saw people, like, I remember a few girls were trying to harm me, and the community was alerted. The town, it was like, yeah, it was a town. Yeah, it's a town. So, you know, when you have like uptown, downtown, and yeah, they tried to do something with me, and then a lot of persons came to alerted me, and they say, no something like that, no something like that. Yeah. So a lot of people know me, but I don't know them. So when I alerted the neighbor said, no, I didn't see your parents pass. I didn't see the car. I didn't see your brother. I didn't see anybody pass. So I was saying that, how does that person know me though? Like, I don't know them, but they know me. So they said they don't see anybody pass, and they decided to call my parents. However, the person was really curious. Like, he was a man, big man. He was really curious to see what was going on at my house. So he didn't want to go down there because he would say that if they're down there in my house and they have a loaded gun, they would shoot, you know. So what he did is that he just looked through the grass, like the whatever, to see who's in the back room. So he never went near my house. He just looked down there. So you're saying that why didn't we call the police? I was saying that the reason I didn't call the police because there's a thing called wolf cry, the boy who cry wolf. So I don't want to call the police and then them come and nothing happen. You know the way they? So I asked first because I know I have a brother that sometimes he will come over and not call me and just open the door. But he never really done that before. He usually knocks and let him in. So I was wondering what was going on. So yeah, the man was contemplating whether to call the police. However, they had to know for a fact that it wasn't a family member. So when he looked, he hear something like he hear some people talk downstairs. So keep on, so they up at top, you know, and when I look downstairs, the person, like, you know, me kind of know the place now, so me kind of know where to go to watch. So him say, me hear the man say, oh sir, and me say, Lord God, what happened now? And the person say, hi, and me say, keep in mind that I wear glasses, you know, so if I'm far, that thing. So he say, oh sir, and me say, oh, I'm brother. I say, oh, I'm a brother. So yeah, actually, it turns out that it's actually my brother that came in the house and unlocked the door. So him deciding a few mind, say, you know some people would then get used to you and them suddenly they don't want to knock anymore. Yeah, so look like my brother decided to go and open the door himself and come make himself comfortable in the house. Yeah, so that's the story, guys. To be honest with you guys, I really wanted to say it as a joke because, to be honest with you, I was really in the mood to make a joke out of it. However, at this point in time, I'm in no mood to joke around right now. So yeah, in case you're wondering how it's okay for me now, so yeah, I'm good, everything good, nothing happened to me. I'm still trying to settle down in school. I have a lot to do. My parents are sorting something out. I don't know what they're sorting out, but yeah. So yeah, to be honest with you, it seems like a joke I'm telling, but when it first happened, I was terrified because to how I dash out of my house is like, but yeah, people, because I'm 20 years old now, I'm now required by my parents to start taking up more responsibilities. So I'm gonna have to look a job to help further my education. I don't know what's going on, but I know that everything my parents do for me is in a good interest. So I'm gonna get the experience of actually working and stuff like that. Not really working, but you know, going on for me. And yeah, growing up, you know, is like my parents are the one to push me to make my own money, to not look hands out. Like growing up, I wasn't expected to get hands out. Nothing comes in your hand for free. You get your food, you get your necessary stuff, you get a laptop for school. However, you learn to self-satisfy. If something is keeping, you know, if you go anywhere, yeah, like, yeah. So that's how my life is growing up. I know a lot of people like look at me a certain way and be like, yeah, like they draw conclusions without knowing anything about me. And some people be like, oh, she have looks, so I guess she don't know if to do anything. Oh, she speak English, I guess she don't have no sense, or this or that. But growing up, my parents grew me with integrity. I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes I have times, like days, where I would break down. Like I would break down and cry because I sometimes I wonder if I'm me alone, me on my own, or what. I wonder if I'm on my own and stuff like that. But yeah, like life wasn't perfect, you know. But what my parents always teach me is that if you always like, no matter if you hate somebody, you know, like somebody, don't try to block them away. Just make them go through some. And like a lot of stuff I learned from my parents taught me this one thing, and also I learned this from my old school. Like I remember being so angry, like this teacher let me mark a girl's work and I did not like her, and I said, Miss, I don't like this girl, you know. And my teacher said to me, it doesn't matter if you like somebody or not, just do what you're supposed to do. And that stuck with me for a long time. I never forget that saying that teacher told me. The teacher said, it doesn't matter if you like a person or not, do what you're supposed to do, do what you're asked to do. So I remember after that, the teacher gave me assignments to mark for people in my class, and I did not like these people. However, I did mark it in an honest way. I did not try to jeopardize the student's work or anything, because in my mind, I'm saying you know, it shows a lot about you. It shows a lot about a person. Sometimes when I come and do things, like I would say that I don't feel comfortable with this, I don't feel comfortable with that, and sometimes I'll have my breakdown and stuff like that. It's not that I'm spoiled or anything. I'm allowed to express myself. I'm allowed to have feelings. I'm allowed to have emotions, where people should be allowed to have feelings and emotions and be able to go through what they're going through, go through the phase that they're going through. And that's just something that sticks out for me. So for me, growing up, I just knew that it didn't matter if I liked somebody or not, but I was doing what I was supposed to do. So when, yeah, so growing up, you don't get anything free, nothing like that. You have to get up and work your ass off. Sorry for my language. I know a lot of people probably feel that, I don't know, people tend to draw the wrong conclusion of me because they don't really understand me or know what I'm struggling with or anything like that. I try to explain to people how much as possible that I'm not really acting or anything. It's just who I am. You're probably wondering why I want to explain myself. I think the reason I want to explain myself is because if I don't explain myself, people do some really stupid things that they shouldn't have. So let's explain myself. Growing up, my mama taught me to work for stuff. To be honest with you, I did have a phase where I just wanted to get, but my mama, my parents or my mother, they try to instill honesty in me. I should always tell the truth, which I don't really tell them the truth all the time. And to be honest with you, sometimes, I tell the truth most times when it's necessary. I tell the truth most times, to be honest with you. There are some times where you should just like to get to just come out of all like problems. But sometimes when I did something, I made a big decision, it's probably because at that point I strongly believe in it. So growing up, you learn to fetch for your stuff. Nothing comes in life for free. And my family is the same thing. My extended family, they don't come to you and hand stuff. I used to say that they're mean, but I don't know. They don't come to you and hand you stuff like that. You have to be in need. Until little, if you want to spend something or to buy food is always free for you. Like if you're hungry, you can go eat and go home. Yeah.